This is All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on Commission for Air Quality Management in NCR and adjoining regions. The participants are Dr. C.K. Varshney, environmentalist, and Sanjay Jha, journalist.
The central government has come up with a law through an ordinance for tackling air pollution in Delhi National Capital Region and setting up a commission for it. The commission will have the authority to shut down or regulate water and electricity supply to industries or sites which cause air pollution. It will also have the powers to seize and search under the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 and also issue a search warrant and arrest warrant. Dissolving the 22-year-old Environmental Pollution Prevention and Control Authority, EPCA what we call it, which has so far addressed air pollution in Delhi, the central government has now constituted its permanent body, the Commission for Air Quality Management in Central Capital Region and adjoining areas. Dr. Varshney, do you think the EPCA in the last 20 years has failed miserably cleaning the air even after giving them this power for all these years?
First, let me just say that the problem of air pollution is persistent for past many years. And it has really earned a very bad situation in terms of global community for the country as well as for the capital, particularly. EPCA, which was constituted by the Supreme Court in 1998, which is now precisely 22 years ago, as you rightly say, has been superseded by this new commission, which has a wide-ranging powers and which has the entire NCAR as well as the adjoining areas of the 5 states, particularly the Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, UP and Delhi. So this is an area which is geographically very, very severely polluted. Of course, there are many other places also in the country which also suffer from high pollution levels, such as industrial zones and mining areas and so on and so forth. But this area, which is Upper Gangetic Plain and particularly close to the Haryana and Punjab, is chronically suffering because of the air pollution. The health issues are very serious and it has a very depressing effect on the entire system. Visibility is low and so on and so forth, which is very well known to everyone living in these areas. Now, EPCA has done a lot of work which is quite reasonable, but somehow the impact has not been as was desired. And it remains a very chronic problem in spite of their work that they have done. They have actually done out many things which are worthy of mention. And let me just enumerate few. One of them is the notification with respect to the graded action response plan, which was in operation last year also. When certain level of pollution has exceeded, certain activities are regulated, and as it increases further, more activities are regulated to really cut down the sources of the pollution. The second thing that they have done, which is very reasonably well, is the rapid transit system, which they have really recommended and which has also been approved, and work on certain corridors have already started. But the results are going to be realized only when these things are complete. The third thing is that we have got Delhi Metro Phase 4 that is also on their recommendation, where considerable road traffic can be lifted and can be encouraged to take the fast and more comfortable Delhi Metro. At the same time, they have also made recommendation, which now is fruitified, which is BS4 standard fuel, which has very low emission and which is already available now from April 1, 2020. At the same time, they have also done a number of other things where they have identified the hotspots and so on and so forth. So I think there is a lot of work that they have done, but unfortunately, most of these things are done in a manner that their results have not been really adequately realized, partly because that implementation has been very poor. And secondly, the question is that we are chasing pollution, but we have to really realize that we have to cap the pollution to begin with to the extent possible. So I think these are some of the issues. And another important point is that EPCA was one authority, but at the same time there was State Pollution Control Board, Central Pollution Control Board, plus there are many other committees which are there. So there are multiple authorities and multiple structures which were trying to work, and coordination between them was utterly lacking, or there was a time lag which is of considerable cause of worry. So all these things put together was making all these efforts which were made not very effective. And in order to really do away with this kind of laxity and this kind of multiplicity of authority of the various committees which are made in an ad hoc manner, somewhere on a permanent basis, this kind of a commission has been now brought forward. And the commission has been announced. So I think the commission has to be formed yet. The members have to be appointed. All the members are going to be appointed under the chairmanship of Minister of Environment, and the concerned ministers will also be members of this committee to appoint the chairman, which is going to be any retired person of the status of a secretary to the Government of India or chief secretary of any of the state who is familiar with the problems of air pollution and is sensitive to issues like this.
Dr. Vasant, as you have said that EPCA did its best, but still they could not achieve the desirable result in terms of cutting down the air pollution. One of the major weaknesses, as environmentalists and experts have said, in tackling air pollution in Delhi and the surrounding region has been the inability of the agencies such as CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, and EPCA to consistently enforce rules on the ground. Because of territorial, like sometimes they will blame the Haryana, they will blame the Punjab, they will blame the UP. So it was all kind of creating a confusion on the ground level. For instance, factor in stubble burning or prevent pollution from thermal plants. These are the challenges which EPCA or CPCB was not able to handle sitting in Delhi. And these are often not strongly enforced always in the states due to political considerations, the local considerations. What do you think about how will this new permanent body address this problem?
You are absolutely right that although the EPCA was trying to really do things which were on the right track, but unfortunately their implementation was not in their hand. And that is number one. Second thing is that there were lots of other things which are responsible and where the state governments have to initiate action with respect to implementation. So I think here is another problem, that the coordination was never there. The concerned states have never met together. There was no standing committee of these states to really tackle this pollution. And also the political considerations were there. And at the same time, the power plants are also reluctant in really changing their technology and instituting the necessary pollution control measures, on which there was very little control. Therefore, these methods which they have adopted and for which they were very actively working all the time remained only on paper, and their results could not be really generated, or at least we didn't get the advantage of all this because implementation was lacking. There is one more thing. That is, the public participation was never encouraged in a big way. Because that is one thing that unless you participate, and largely it is the public and the industry and the small industry which has to participate, including dhabas which are very large in number, particularly they are active during the winter period. All of them have to really cooperate and come forward in making a success and reducing the pollution in the capital region and in the northern India in general. Main focus of the EPCA, if you see, is largely on transport. And transport is only a very partial, I should say, it is not the entire pollution problem of Delhi. So I think that is the reason. It is not the entire pollution emitting source. It is an important source. But at the same time, most of these measures that you see are largely that. With respect to the stationary sources in industry, there were some these graded response, which will come only when the pollution level is high. Even the biomass burning was not controlled. As regards stable burning is going, we have a lot of talk on this, but that stable burning is only a short seasonal phenomena. But fact of the matter is that even in January, February, when the stable burning is not taking place, the pollution levels have remained high as of last year. So I think stable burning is contributory factor during this part of the year, but in later parts there are many other factors which become operational. Particularly a large number of small-scale industries which use dirty fuel. Very little control on that, and at the same time very little thought on that, except for brick kilns, for which there is zigzag technology which was really suggested, and some people have adopted it, but many others are still to be adopting it and have not adopted. So I think all these things require very serious cooperation from the public, from the industry, and from those then generators which are used in cities, particularly in Gurgaon and other places, where you will find that stopping these generators have become a very serious issue. They cannot do it for various reasons. In winter, the climate is also not very favorable in the sense that the ground level air becomes very heavy and does not allow pollution to disperse widely. And therefore, as the winter season proceeds, you will find that the dispersal of the pollutant becomes difficult and not as comfortable. But once there is a wind, then the pollution is simply removed away and air quality improves. So I think keeping these constraints of climate during winter, our emission levels are not in accordance with this requirement that we should become more strict during this period. So that is not the case.
Do you think the new commission would have enough power, or it would be empowered to constitute special investigative groups for a stricter implementation? But there's not much detail in the notification which we have seen. And it's like a vast area, Delhi, Punjab, Rajasthan, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh. So this body will need a lot of resources, even though they have this punitive power of levying fines ranging up to 1 crore or 5 years of prison to address this air pollution. But when it comes actually implementing it, going on the ground and finding these culprits, you think they will have that kind of wherewithal to do that?
Well, the commission is still to be formed and their activities and their plan of work is still to be, it will take time for them to work out. But what I am certain that at least for next 4 to 5 weeks, this commission and its impact is not likely to be felt, because they are in the formative stage and they are going to really put their heads together to really see how to tackle this complex problem. It is not an administrative problem as much, it is a very technical problem. And along with this technical problem, there is a big issue of its implementation. And implementation by having a large police force type of cadre of people is not the only requirement. What we need is the cooperation of the people, where people are really made sensitive to these issues. And on this, I believe that the new commission will have a very serious thought and will start doing some kind of activity by which the public participation and public enlightenment can increase and their sensitivity towards air pollution becomes more reasonable, and therefore their cooperation can be enlisted. Because enlist the cooperation of the small industry, enlist the cooperation of those who are involved in really burning the carbon-based fuel, whether it is biomass or whether it is petroleum fuel or whether it is coal, I think it will be very, very difficult. And sometimes small-scale industries are using dirty fuel. So I think the fuel change and fuel replacement will become very, very important. And it should be made available to them so that without hassle, they are able to shift from the dirty fuel to the more and relatively better and cleaner fuel. So all these things are important, and more importantly that we have got number of power plants who are not able yet to really put necessary pollution abatement equipment, and that is a reason that they are really one of the major sources. And since the power plants cannot be stopped, and therefore it becomes very difficult. The new commission will have executive powers. So that is something which the EPCA was lacking in a very serious way.
Dr. Varshney, as you have rightly pointed out, that the new commission, apart from the enforcement, will focus on creating awareness, because you cannot really start enforcing everybody not to create air pollution. It's the awareness, it's the people's education that how damaging air pollution is for our life, for our health, for our future of our kids. Once people start realizing this message, then everybody will start contributing their bit in stopping this air pollution to the large swath of area of North India. The Commission will certainly have its task full of creating this awareness, education, as you have rightly pointed out. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Varshney.
Thank you very much.
You were listening to a discussion on Commission for Air Quality Management in NCR and adjoining regions. The participants were Dr. C.K. Varshney, environmentalist, and Sanjay Jha, journalist. This program was produced and presented by the News Service Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our website newsonair.com. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsttalks@gmail.com.